Hi, welcome back to St Blazey Model World. This week I thought we'd take a look at a budget airbrush and see how we get on. I have several airbrushes, but buying cheap is never normally a good policy. The kit that you're looking at came from a well-known internet auction site for just under £70. What do we get? Well, let's have a look. So inside the box, information about the compressor. We've got an airbrush, one of two. So airbrush number 2. And you can see straight away that comes with a bigger cup holder than airbrush 1, and we've got a small one in there as well. So that's all looking good so far. And here we've got the compressor itself, and I have to say it looks pretty good. It's got a decent weight to it, which my father always told me indicated build quality. We've got a pressure gauge, we have a water trap, decent feet so that it won't move around. Yeah, looks okay. There's the data plate, voltage suitable for UK use. Let's see how we go. Well, it's ready to turn on. I've just noticed, unless I've missed it somewhere, that there appears to be no way of regulating the pressure. Perhaps it's time to read the instructions. Well, the instructions have told me that you can alter the pressure by adjusting the regulator at the bottom of the filter, and that would be this knob here. So we'll give that a go. We'll switch it on. Now at the moment, with nothing connected to the compressor, it's blowing air out. I can feel it against my hand. If I put my finger over that, we should get a reading, which we do. And the red scale is PSI. It's rocking up to 40, which is suitable enough for everything that I would need it for. So we'll just adjust the pressure now. Seal the end, and appear to have adjusted it far too much. We'll just wind that back in. There we go, up to 40. So it's very sensitive. 20. Yeah, a little bit more. What I'm sort of aiming for, personally, is around 30 to 40, because that's what I use for most of my work. And there we are. So we've regulated some pressure, and it doesn't look too bad. You can hear it running on the video. The instructions tell me that we should not run this compressor for any longer than 10 minutes in one go. Well, I can live with that. So with the compressor established as working, we've connected up the air line. I've already checked that air flows all the way through the hose to the end. We'll now look at the airbrushes themselves. There are 2 airbrushes that came with this kit, and I'm given to understand from the advertising that both of them are double action airbrushes, and there is no getting away from the fact that double action airbrushes are superior to single action airbrushes. So starting with airbrush number 1, this is what the box looks like, this is what you get. And we've obviously got a reservoir here, looks to be reasonably well made. And we've got a spanner of sorts. Don't know if that's going to last too long, but we'll see. We've got a pipette. And we've got the airbrush itself. Again, I have to say, decent weight. Let's have a look. Well, push down and pull back, so that would indicate double action. We'll see how we go. And underneath the foam here, we've got some instructions and specifications about the airbrush itself. Well, I won't leave the video running while I read through all this, but I'll get back to you shortly. Well, we've now connected the airbrush to the compressor, and the instructions seem fairly clear. There's a cutaway diagram and a list of parts, and with the compressor running, well, nothing happening, of course, nothing at the airbrush end, which is what we want. Push down, we get some airflow. Pull back, nothing. Push down and pull back. Seems good. There's a regulator here at the end of the airbrush, so that would suggest it is indeed a double action airbrush. So, moving on to airbrush number 2 out of its box. Same type of case and packing material. Again, there's a list of parts and a cutaway diagram and some basic instructions. And here we've got a reservoir, a preferred type of reservoir. I say preferred because they are, quite frankly. You can mix up colours in these. They're easy to clean. We've got a hanger, another spanner that doesn't look like it'll last too long in an aggressive world, and again another airbrush, and you can see, press down, pull back. So again, that does suggest a double action airbrush. Let's hook it up. Well, once again, we've got the airbrush hooked up, and press down. You can hear the air expelling from the nozzle. Pull back. Yeah, with this one you do have to, as you pull back on this trigger, you do have to be very careful about depressing downwards. It does actually cut out. We'll see how we go once we actually start using it. So in part 2 of this series, we'll test this airbrush out, see how we get on. And I should say, I certainly do not earn any reward for endorsing or putting down a product. I simply speak as I find. It'll be interesting to see the results from this, what is, after all, a budget airbrush kit.